Hi, this is Mike of Mike Lamneck Music. Thanks for tuning in, and won't you please take the time to subscribe to the channel. Now, coming up today, as I was getting ready for a show, I thought it might be a good idea to show you the gear that I bring and the process I go through in getting ready for a gig. Here's how I prepare, and I have everything backed up. So on the floor, you'll see some music books. Now, I don't use those primarily, but in case my tablet doesn't work, I have those and a music stand as a backup. If I'm playing 2 to 3 hours of music, I don't want to be accountable for remembering all that and being able to take requests and all that. Underneath that is my mixing board. Now, I know that looks kind of a mess, but it's not that much a mess. It's just all the chords I have bundled up and ready to go. Now, you can handle that differently, I'm sure. I just like to have them bundled up, already hooked up. Then all I do when I arrive at the venue is I will set them on this table, which is always handy to bring. Of course, this is just a tray, food tray really, but it works out fine to hold stuff. I don't like to count on the venue necessarily having something like that, so I will bring that. I'll set my board up on that, set up the speaker. Also, I just say thanks there, and that seems to get the message across. Have my business cards that I will set outside as well. And I always bring a mascot. Now, this being the holiday season, I'm bringing Frosty along. A lot of times I will bring Kermit, but he's sitting this one out. So we've got Frosty that's going to be our mascot. Now, I also bring 2 guitars. I bring one as a backup. Now, that may vary. I know some people are pretty adept about changing guitar strings. Me, I am not. I am not a quick change artist. I can't change a guitar string real quickly. So instead of that, I have a backup guitar that is strung and ready to go just in case I break a string or something happens with the primary guitar. I will have that ready to go. Also taking with me, I have a bag of stands. Now, this includes my carpet that I take. I always take a carpet to stand on because you don't know where you're going to be set up at. Even if I set up on carpet, I will usually put that rug down, just give me a little extra padding, because I primarily stand, and if I'm going to be standing for hours, I like something cushy under my feet. So also in there, I have a guitar stand. Just bring one because I usually play one at a time. If I play the backup, I'll put the other up in the case. Now I'm going to zoom in here real closely. This gig bag that I got with my guitar is really handy because it's got a nice big pouch in the front. That's where I hold lots of stuff, everything from a harmonica holder to, yes, a kazoo. Never know when that will come in handy. I've got spare cables in here. I've got my capo. I have my tuner. I have harmonicas. Quite a bit in here. Also have my wireless unit. X-Vive, X-Vive, I've heard it pronounced both ways, but I use these. They really come in handy to use and are pretty affordable as well. But I always bring a backup cable just in case I would need a cable, because a lot of times, or sometimes, wireless isn't working properly. Maybe the battery isn't fully charged for some reason, or perhaps there's a lot of interference in the place you're playing in. So always good to have a backup if you're using wireless to go wired also, just in case. In this bag, I have a variety of different things here. I have my pedal that I use. Even when I play acoustic, it's got a nice clean setting that I like to use. It gives it just a little bit of slap back. Also have my vocal pedal, vocal modulator, which will double my voice or add a harmony above it, which is what I use it for primarily. And I have my drink stand that I use. It also serves as a pick holder that I attach to the mic stand. All that is included in this bag. Now, I also always make out a checklist because years of DJing taught me that you need to have a checklist. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Certainly mine is not. But this is a checklist I check when I do a live gig before I go out to make sure I have everything. And that is important because, like today, I have my tablet charging right now. And it would be real easy for me to walk out without my tablet because it is charging. So I use that checklist to make sure that I have everything. And speaking of everything, the speaker here that I use, Behringer 215A powered speaker, and I bring 2 cables. I've got another bag here that I use, and it has cables in it. Also has my tablet holder. A power strip is in there. I bring 2 power cables for the speaker in case there would be some issue. Also has my microphone, and I also always bring a backup microphone as well, just in case something were to happen to the primary. Not shown here because it's upstairs. I also have a backup speaker that is a combination speaker mixer. So if something were to go wrong with this speaker, or if perhaps I get to the gig and find out that it's a larger space than I thought it was, and I want to go ahead and add a speaker, I can do that. So again, it's very important to have everything backed up. So that's how I prepare for a gig. And one thing that I didn't mention, another item that is really invaluable when you're going to play a gig is a wheeled cart of some sort. Just a simple push cart that you can load your stuff on. A lot of times there might be elevators or some way to get into the venue, so you can really save yourself some work and a lot of trips by just having a simple hand cart. Well, thanks again, and subscribe to Mike Lamneck Music. Thanks for watching.